Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. We have Miss Camelia Ruffin here with us today. She is a probate and estate planning attorney practicing in both Georgia and Florida. She is an Atlanta resident, an identical twin, a wife, a mother of three, a double bulldog, and in her free time, she loves hanging out with her friends and family and being outdoors. Now let's get into this. All right, Mrs. Ruffin, how long have you been practicing probate law and what exactly landed you here?
I've been practicing probate law for 14 years. And unfortunately, the reason why I ended up taking a liking to probate is that I lost my father while I was in law school. And we went through a very difficult probate process. And so from that period, I made a determination that I wanted to help others navigate that process.
Okay. So let me ask you, when you started law school, did you know at that time what type of law you wanted to practice, or that it would be probate?
I just wanted to be like the attorney on Law and Order, being criminal defense or prosecutor. I had no clue. So everything up until that point, I really was gonna see where I landed with the practice of law.
Okay, and so going through the process with your dad and getting his estate finalized, what stood out to you the most during that process that said, okay, you know what, I need to be the one to help others through this?
The lack of ease of information to understand what probate means and what to expect and how long does it take. That made me realize that there needed to be some educational resources, or that I needed to serve as an attorney that was able to convey what my clients could expect to make it easier while you're grieving and dealing with a court system.
Okay. And at any point prior to your father's death, had you and your family had these discussions? Had y'all been maybe a little bit prepared to face the probate process? What did that look like prior to his passing?
And that's a very good question, actually. I lost my grandfather about 6 months prior to my father dying unexpectedly. Both of them died unexpectedly, but assisting my grandmother through the probate process for her, my grandfather's estate gave me a little bit of knowledge, but it was in no way as complicated as what resulted from my father's death.
Okay.
But prior to that, no interactions, no knowledge of it, or why it would even be necessary.
Okay, so it's safe to say that prior to your father's passing, there was no estate plan in place?
No.
There was no will?
No.
Okay.
Well, with the caveat being, and I'll explain it later, my dad did have a will, but he got married after he created his will, which is a whole nother complicated process in the state of Georgia if you don't update after getting married.
Okay. All right, well, thank you for sharing that information.
You're welcome.
Subscribe to my channel to learn more about probate real estate, financial literacy, and generational wealth planning.